This is Overthinking with Carmen, and welcome back, my fellow overthinkers. I'm Carmen Michael Smith, your overthinker in chief, spiraling publicly so you don't have to. And today I want to talk to you about what it means to be unemployed. Spoiler alert, I'm not. But try telling that to anyone in Washington, D.C., because in this town where every conversation starts with, "So what do you do?" Not having a job is like not having a last name. People blink twice, take a step back, and ask, "Are you okay?" Like you just told them that your goldfish died. But here's the thing. I may not have a job, but I am working. See, a job is often tied to survival. It's rooted in obligation, scarcity, and fear. Like, what if I don't? And what if I lose? And what if I can't? It's what we do to make ends meet, to fit into a system that doesn't always honor our full humanity. But work, real work, is sacred. Work is love in motion. It's the labor we do that aligns with our purpose. It honors our ancestors. It moves us closer to our liberation. See, work is what bell hooks called love made visible. It's the thing that lights you up even when the check is late. It's your purpose in motion. The Bible says that the one who is unwilling to work shall not eat. And we've always said, well, that's a reason that we should all be going to a job. But this isn't about punishing the poor. It's about honoring the sacred exchange of labor, community, and mutual care. See, when we show up for our work, whatever that looks like for us, we make room for grace. But when we refuse to show up, while still expecting blessings, we block the flow. Quite simply, a job pays your bills. Work feeds your soul. And yet, when you don't have a job, people treat you like you're expired, like produce they forgot in the fridge. Like you don't have value unless someone's direct depositing into your account every 2 weeks. It's the same feeling folks get when they're single or aging or no longer the one with the mic, the platform, or the press. In America, if you're not actively producing something for the system tells everyone else, you're not worth seeing. And because everyone else is trying to be seen by the system, they stop seeing you. And that's how you go from unemployed to invisible. But more importantly, you have to see yourself. A good friend reached out to me to say last week, "Hey, Carmen, I see you." In so many words, he explained that when his mom lost her government job, that she would often say how she lost her job. That's the story she told. He said, but you've chosen a different narrative. You've chosen to say that this is an opportunity for freedom. Sure, I've been out of work before, and I was the victim every time I told the story. But this time feels different. Because this time, I'm not scrambling to prove that I'm still worthy. I know I am. This time, I'm choosing not to be a victim. I'm choosing to build a life, not a resume. Which reminds me of my cousin who dropped out of high school in our sophomore year. And to be honest, when I heard it, I was shook too, sort of like people in D.C. I was just 1 year ahead of him and couldn't understand. I framed it as he was quitting. You know, with all the shame and judgment that goes with calling someone a quitter. Because this is my cousin, my black, brilliant, handsome, and far more talented than me cousin. And he's dropping out. That was not part of the blueprint. But when I sat with it many years later, I realized I needed to change my narrative. he didn't drop out. He was pushed out. Because some systems aren't designed for everyone to thrive. And some people, especially the ones who are tapped in, who are sensitive, who are creative, deeply feeling, they can't survive the noise of a place that refuses to hear them. I think about myself in high school. I didn't fit the mold either. I stopped attending classes during my senior year. Sure, I went to the class and I turned in the work and I got the assignments, but I didn't attend. And I was being marked absent. A teacher who wasn't mine saw me enough to pull me aside and ask to talk. And I thought that she was going to say all the things that I needed to do and how crazy I was, but she didn't. She saw me and said, I've arranged for you to come to this room every day. And these are all of your assignments from all of your classes that are due by the end of the year. When you're done, whether in 2 weeks or 2 months, you're done. I wasn't prepared for what she said, not because of what she said, but because she saw me. In a system that I didn't feel seen or heard in, she saw me. Sure, I wasn't attending classes. I couldn't do the group thing, but I was producing. Now I was producing quietly, consistently, differently. And that's the point. When something isn't made for you, you refuse to break yourself to fit. They say, well, guess you're just dropping out. But maybe you're just being pushed out. I learned that phrase when I worked with students at Bronx Community College. Some of them were really brilliant. I get excited thinking about them. But the system treated them like they were a liability, simply because they weren't performing at the right pace and the right kind of labor. They weren't suffering correctly. Go figure. So when my job disappeared this year, when the system stopped sending me emails and cut off my direct deposit, it didn't destroy me. It released me. Because being pushed out, that's not always punishment. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes being pushed out is the beginning of being pulled into your real life. So now I wake up with different questions. Carmen, what are you building today that you believe in? What am I nurturing that feeds me back? What kind of work will I leave behind? Not just what job title. Because when you stop working for the system, you start working for your life. So if you're out of work right now, if you're out of alignment, or even out of the loop, good. That might mean you're finally in your life. And that is the opportunity to seize the narrative, seize the day, seize you. I'm Carmen Michael Smith, your overthinker in chief. Thanks for spiraling with me. And until next time, don't just do a job. Do your work.